Kareli, liuliai, rūteliai, užimik mano širelę, užimik mano širelę. Aš greit suversiu plonai linelės, išausiu tau drobes, išausiu tau drobes. Oi, aš išausiu baltai drobelės, pasiūsiu marškinės, pasiūsiu marškinės.
Just as thousands upon thousands of immigrants came to the United States from every country in the world, Helen Krutulis, with her sons William and Bernard, and the Zukauskis family, arrived here separately from Lithuania. They came with the throngs of Eastern Europeans at the beginning of the 20th century, seeking an opportunity for a better life and an escape from the turmoil of the beginnings of the Russian Revolution. The details of their arrival at Ellis Island in New York City and the subsequent settling in the coal mining hills of Pennsylvania are minimal. But this is where their journey ended. This is where William Krutulis and Eva Zukauskis met, married, and raised their 7 children. This is where they lived their lives, and this is where they died. This is Old Forge, Pennsylvania. Of the 7 children born to William and Eva Krutulis, 3 remain. Eva, the eldest, left Old Forge at the age of 19 and moved to New Jersey for employment. Approaching her 96th birthday, she still lives there in the home where she raised her family and where she has lived for over 70 years.
Really did. In this
but
house.
us, like our family was really nice. The whole bunch, it's like, that's how many kids was it?
7.
7?
7 and Big Helen.
And my father
my
would
cousin.
come home drunk after work, and, but it wasn't bad.
No, we liked him drunk. He gave us change what he had left from drinking. That was okay. But like my father, he was such a neat person. When he worked in the mines and my mother would pack his lunch, like she'd put a piece of fruit in and some cake or
Tasty
something.
cake.
He never ate the cake or the fruit because we used to sit on the hill and watch the geese, and he'd always save it for us, always.
We just came down 1,350 feet. This moment, you're approximately 300 feet directly beneath the surface of the earth.
Worked in the coal mines for a short time, and then I guess it became too dangerous. So he went to Pittsburgh to work in this steel mill. He was an avid reader. He loved to read, and he spoke pretty good English. My mom did not. She was too busy having children.
Margaret, the youngest of the sisters, also moved to New Jersey at a young age. She still lives with the husband that she married over 60 years ago.
We had a wonderful childhood. We didn't have iPods and none of that stuff, but we had menial things, and we enjoyed it, and we thought that the way it had to be, because we didn't know any better.
I mean, Casper Street, there were no houses across the highway there. It was all a field. And then first thing you know, one house went up and then another, and that's all you see. And now there's very little empty space to even build.
Sister Mary left Old Forge for New Jersey too, but she returned to live and raise her family in the same house where she and her siblings grew up. She lives there to this day. This
used to be 2 rooms, there was a wall there, there was a door there. So that used to be the living room, and this was the dining room.
We had one bedroom in this house, and Mary, Helen, and I slept in one bed. Joe, Stanley, and Bill slept across from us.
Yeah.
And my sister Eva, who was the oldest, she slept, my mother raised her niece, so Eva and my cousin Helen slept, so there were 3, 6, 8 of us in one room.
And yeah, in the winter you had no heat up there. The windows would freeze. But if you had a glass of water up there, it would be ice in the morning. But you had the feather beds. That's what you'd sit around the table in the winter, and that's what you would do. Pluck the feathers. You pull them off of the stem of the, the feather. So it would just be like the down of the feather, so it'd be nice and fluffy. When my husband and I got married, that's when we built the bathroom. We did a lot of work in the kitchen. There were never no cabinets or anything in there, so he built all those cabinets. And whatever work is done in here now, he did it all.
We had a beautiful vegetable garden, every kind of fruit that you could want to eat. My father would take me mushroom picking, and then my mom would wash them and then put them on a string and make them dry.
And you had a pig and you had a cow. You had the cow for your milk. And the pig would be slaughtered once a year, and the meat would be smoked and put away for the winter.
About 14 years old, we used to go to the next town for 10 cents. You can go to this dance, and they would play records, do jitterbug and waltz and everything. And I needed a dime. It cost a dime, so I would go sit with Grandma for about an hour, and she just would continue to tell me different stories, and just so I could get that dime. One specific record we really enjoyed was the laughing record. The whole record was just laughing, so us kids would sit there and laugh with it.
You never realized you were poor because you had food, you had a warm house, you had clean clothes, and my mother used to sew all our clothes.
And don't drink, otherwise you get into trouble, you start fighting.
In actuality, her name is Margaret Krutulis Pinter. I changed that Krutulis to Pinter, and now we've been married for 64 years.
And still
No
going
one.
strong.
No one in the family has reached that milestone.
And my first child was born, and then I still live in the same house, still do the same things, and I don't think I'd ever want to be anyplace else.
But otherwise, I'm okay. But
Yeah.
I can't, like I used to be, dancing or something. But now you have to do it a different way.
Over 100 years have passed since William and Helen Krutulis left their native country of Lithuania and settled in the United States. During those 100 years, the United States experienced tremendous growth and rapid and continuous change in technology, as did the world. Families like the Krutulises have changed too. Perhaps the children of all of those immigrants who arrived here at the turn of the century did maintain some of the old world culture of their origin, but the subsequent melding of all of the diverse cultures from around the world changed families as they once were.
Like I said, I don't know, I liked my life.
So did I.
I still do.
I talk
I did-
about it
I
all
did
the
too.
time.